Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we are... Oh, there's people looking at me out the window. That's really awkward. That's really awkward. That's really awkward. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we're going to be looking at how to create a killer brand name. This is something I've struggled with for a while, but the content in this video has really helped me. So make sure you are subscribed with the notifications turned on. Make sure you leave any questions, comments down below. Smash that like button. Let's get into the video straight away. Alright guys, let's get into it. So why am I doing this video? Well, basically I've been trying to create some brand names for ages, and if you guys know, if you've been subscribed for a while, you will know that I've been trying to create this brand name for something that I'm looking to do in the future. I've actually got two brand names. I now have got them, which is good, and I use the kind of theory and everything I go over today. So take notes in this video. It's really cool. You can watch it a few times. It has really helped me in terms of understanding what these different types of names are constructed of and kind of what makes sense. Okay, so let's get into it straight away. The first thing you have to understand, if you have to represent what your target market is actually after. So if you're selling iPhone stands, then you're not going to call your brand dog treats or like, you know, Dan's dogs. It doesn't make any sense. So make sure that you are representing the target audience or the target market with your brand name, otherwise it doesn't make any sense. So there are a whole bunch of different types of names. So let's get into the first one, okay? So Eponymous. I think I've got that right. Eponymous. Eponymous. Giving the name to something. So we've got Nikola Tesla. Obviously, Tesla is not created by him, but that's where the name comes from. So it's it's a name. Okay, it's an actual name, and you might find this like Ford, for example, Henry Ford for the cars. Hoover is from the guy that created Hoover. I think it's like John William Hoover or something like that. So I might be wrong on his first name. But if you have a cool name, like a cool last name, a cool first name, then hell yeah, just go for it. Like for me, I couldn't really call my name, like my brand name, Bradley. It's a bit lame, but also that's kind of like a first name. Like Tesla is an awesome name. That is really cool. Bradley, not so much. Even my first name, Johnny, people might think that I'm selling some sort of pregnancy stopping device type thing. If I sell that, if I call my company Johnny's, then yeah, I think people would laugh. Descriptive. So you are seeking to describe something. So for example, Toys R Us. They're saying, hey, we do toys. We sell toys. E-trade is like electronic trading. That I don't know. It might stand for electronic, but that's what I kind of take from it. It's about trading. They are descriptive. They're telling you exactly what their company is selling. So for example, I have my Amazon course. It's called Amazon FBA UK course. It's descriptive, telling the target audience exactly what it is. Exactly. So there's no kind of like, oh, is this the right thing for me? You're telling someone what it is. You might find this with different like YouTube channels as well. So like fitness channels or crypto channels or stuff like that. They're describing what their channel is all about. So a lot of times you'll find descriptive names. Okay, so they're quite cool. You can think about that. Write that one down. Acronym. So abbreviation formed of the first letters of the words. So KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Of course, like Kentucky Fried Chicken is a bit of a mouthful, but also sounds quite unhealthy. So you just have KFC, which is nice and easy, right? And that's now just known as like KFC. Like KFC is chicken, fried chicken. You've also got NASA, again, another mouthful, which is I think is National Aeronautics Space Association. I think again, bit of a mouthful, abbreviated to NASA. So you might have a really cool like company name, and it abbreviates to something that rolls off the tongue that you can kind of makes sense and is fun to say. Okay, so think about that if you want to create an acronym. Suggestive. So Uber, I think, is kind of a term for like one of the best kind of the best people, the best things. The like really high end stuff. Like the best of the Uber, the Uber phone or whatever. I don't know what the hell, but the best. Okay, and obviously they want to be the best at getting people from A to B. So it's kind of a suggestive brand name. The same with something like kayak. So kayak is something you kind of like row around in, and kayak are like a holiday booking website. So you can go on, you can book holidays and flights and things like that. So it's kind of like kind of canoeing or kayaking rather is like kind of you do that on holiday. So yeah, we sell holidays. Okay, so it's kind of suggestive. It's not telling you exactly what it is. It's not descriptive, but it's suggestive. So these will probably be a little bit harder to find because they're actual words. So there's more companies being made every single day, and they're taking up these actual words. So these can be a little bit harder to find because they're normally singular words. They're kind of suggestive words. You then have a composite, and I'm going to kind of put this into anchor as well. So either basically made up of several parts of elements, and then we're going to talk about anchor in a second. So composite, so gym sharks, two separate words, gym and shark. They've put them together. two words together to form basically one word or one meaning. You then got like Alex Becker's market hero, and this is an anchor as well as a composite. So market is one word, hero is another word, but they've also used the anchor technique as well. So the anchor technique is a little bit different. So it's kind of like a feature and a benefit. So Gymshark would be maybe the feature, Shark is maybe more suggestive, but when you have market hero is like marketing, market, because that's what, you know, the service is about marketing, and hero is being like, you know, the saving the day. It's going to be the best, you know, the best marketing you can ever get. So it's like a feature and a benefit. So the anchor is like the market, and then the actual benefit is the hero. You've got someone like Happy Socks. Okay, if you guys wear Happy Socks, give me a thumbs up if you have some Happy Socks. So socks obviously is the anchor there. They sell socks and they're happy, they're cool, they're like bright and they're interesting. They've got nice shapes on them. You've got Best Buy. So you buy stuff there. It's the best place to buy stuff. That's also, you could say, is descriptive as well. But it's got a anchor and it's like feature benefit, it's the best place, and it's a composite one as well. So why these ones are kind of good brand names is because they tick loads of boxes actually for great brand names. So think about this one. Most companies will go down this route because you're combining two different words. It might be easy then to get trademarks and to find like the domains and all that sort of stuff. You then got invented, so made up or created. Zoopla, right? This is where you can look up like house selling prices and things like that in the UK. I don't know if it's in other countries. Zoopla isn't a thing. Zoopla is not even like a word. Zoopla. So I have no idea how they got that, but it's now synonymous. You know, you think of, you know, Rightmove, you think of Zoopla. They're kind of two things that go together. And even Rightmove, again, it's like moving. Yeah, you want to move house and you want to do it right. So you're using the anchor method as well. Pinterest. Pinterest isn't really a word, okay? It's kind of a pin and interest, and it's combined two things together. So it's invented a word which now people understand with what Pinterest are trying to represent. So now, if you want to create something that's made up, it probably will be harder because you need to put more money into making people aware of what your company is about. Normally, these companies will have huge marketing spends so that they can actually get their name out there because it's made up. No one's gonna know what they do from this. So Zoopla, if you didn't know what it was, Zoopla, you'd be like, what the hell do they do? Okay, but because they've spent a load of money on branding and you know, their market branding campaigns, then you know what it means. Same with Pinterest, right? Associative, so involving the association of things. So Amazon, of course, is where you can buy pretty much anything on the internet, but the Amazon River is is the biggest river, I think by water flow or something like that, in the world. So Amazon is the biggest place to buy products on the internet. So that's kind of how they get that name. Virgin, I don't know if this is exactly true, but because when they started the company, they're all new to business, they called it Virgin. So they're associative names, which again will probably be a little bit harder to come by, and of course it will require more money in branding to make people aware of what you actually do, rather than if it's a small to medium-sized company, you might want to go with descriptive, you know, the anchor, the composite method, rather than associative method, because normally you'll find like really big companies, they kind of have the association. Non-English, so Lego I think means play right. Play well, maybe play, I think it's play well in Danish, I'm not quite sure. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Or I think it's pronounced Lego as well. I don't really know. Subaru, so you guys must know Subaru. I think this is a Greek terminology for a collection of stars. And I think in Japanese it also means something. I can't remember exactly what it means. But you can see by their logo, they have some stars and you know, a collection of them. Whatever a collection is called in those sorts of terms, but basically that's what it means. Okay, so they're non-English words, but for us they're like, oh cool, Lego, Subaru, yeah, awesome. This can be again a little bit harder. Yeah, it's normally because these companies were made in those countries where that makes a little bit more sense. You then have idea/emotion, so a thought or a feeling. So Apple, when you think of Apple, obviously they don't sell apples, they don't sell, you know, fruit and veg, but when you think of Apple, you think simplistic design, ease of use, that sort of stuff. So the idea is they want simplicity. That's the kind of the idea that they're trying to get across. You know, easy to use products. Google, again, the Google is a term for, I think it's one with 100 zeros after it, and they want to basically index everything. They want everything to be searchable. So they want to do something very, very big. Okay, they want to you know, digitize everything ever. So they kind of, their idea and their emotion is they want to be the place to go to. They want to be very big. And they are very big. They're like one of the biggest companies in the world, and it started with that name of Google, you know, one with 100 zeros after it. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. These ones, again, a little bit harder. Normally you'll find very, very big companies will have these kind of ideas, emotions, you know, the ones like, you know, the non-English ones, the associative ones. Whereas smaller companies, you might have, you know, the anchor method, the composite method, the acronyms, descriptive ones. Okay, so if you're coming out with your company name, you can, you know, if you've got, you know, your site set on something big, you can go with these things here. But if you want to be able to have have customers know what you do straight away, you want to try and look at these methods here. So anchor, composite. We've got an acronym and descriptive. Those are the ones that we really want to go for, maybe for when you're just starting out in business. So how do you actually come up with a name? So I have a really good book about this. It's over there somewhere, and it's called The Business Idea Factory. I've talked about this a bunch on my channel. If you don't own this book, go and buy it. It's super cheap. The Business Idea Factory. Okay, it's from a guy called Andrew. Where is his surname? Okay, so go check out that video, that book. It's a really, really small book. It won't take long to read. It'll take like a few hours to read, and it basically talks about how to get your brain working and coming up with ideas. So a good thing you can do is come up with 100 different names. Literally just, and once you get to 20, you'll be like, oh man, like I'm stuck. Just keep writing down names. It doesn't matter if they're stupid or if you think they're rubbish. Just keep writing them down. Think about, you know, the different ways of constructing a name, so you're not limiting yourself. And then go back to it after you've got 100, and then just maybe pick out 5 that you like, right? 5 that you like the look of. Then from that 5, you might have one that actually is quite decent. Now, once you have that one, and you might have to do this like 5 times, or you might have to do this 10 times. It could take thousands of times to find it. You want to check it's available. So there's no point going, yeah, this is the best company name, like it's awesome, and then you actually go to do it and it's not available. So you can check things like, is it a company? Okay, is it a registered trademark? Do they have a website? Do the products already sell that you're looking to sell using those same names? So if you check the legality side of things, so check the company isn't already a company or a very, very similar company. But also check trademarks. That's a really good way to do it as well. So very easy to check. You can both check those on government websites. So check they're available. If they're not, go back to the drawing board and do the whole thing again. Okay. So to clarify, guys, let's go back. We have Eponymous, giving the name to something. Got descriptive, so you're actually telling the customer what you do. Acronym is just a you know, the first letters from each word. Suggestive, so tending to suggest an idea about the company. You have the composite, so 2 words put together, or 2 or 3 words put together, and you have the anchor method, which is having like a feature and a benefit basically. You then have invented, made up words. Associative, so you know the brand name is associating with something else that you might know already. You have non-English words, and you have things that create ideas and emotions. So if you like that video, guys, hit a thumbs up button for it. If you have any questions or anything like that, leave them down in the comments. It's been a pleasure to present to you today. Make sure you are subscribed with them notifications turned on, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.